Hey Virgo, I need to talk to you about something that came through in this reading, and honestly, I was not planning to share this today, but the energy was so strong that I knew someone out there really needs to hear this message. So I pulled cards for you, and what came through is about releasing fear and stepping into something that has been waiting for you. Let me just say this up front. Whatever has been holding you back, whatever anxiety has been sitting in your chest, the cards are here to tell you that it is time to move past that. So I shuffled my deck with Virgo energy in mind, and I asked, what do you need to know right now? What message is coming through that will help you release fear and step forward with confidence? And Virgo, the cards that came out, they told such a clear story. I am going to walk you through each one, and I think by the end of this, you are going to understand why I felt so compelled to share this with you today. The first card I pulled for you is the Ten of Pentacles, and I have to tell you, when this card showed up in this position, I felt this wave of relief wash over me, because this card is talking about legacy, about long-term security, about the kind of stability that gets built over time. This is not just about money. Although financial security is part of it, this is about creating something lasting. And here is what I am picking up for you, Virgo. There is something you have been working toward, maybe for months or even years. And you have been so focused on all the things that could go wrong that you have not allowed yourself to fully see how much you have already built. The Ten of Pentacles is showing me that you are closer than you think to achieving something really significant. This could be related to your career. It could be about building a home or a family. It could be about establishing yourself in a community or creating financial independence. Whatever it is for you, this card is saying that the foundation is already there. You have been doing the work. You have been putting in the effort. And now there is this opportunity coming where all of that effort is going to come together in a way that provides you with real, tangible security. But here is where the fear comes in. I am sensing that you are afraid to believe it. You are afraid to trust that this stability is actually within reach because maybe you have been disappointed before. Or maybe you have seen other people lose what they built, and you are terrified of the same thing happening to you. The Ten of Pentacles is asking you to release that fear. This card is one of the most stable, grounded cards in the entire deck. It is telling you that what you are building is solid. It has roots. It is not going to crumble the moment you start to relax into it. I also want to point out something really specific about this card. The Ten of Pentacles often shows up when there is an element of family or community support involved. So this might not be something you are doing completely alone. There might be people who want to help you, who want to see you succeed, who are actually rooting for you. And part of releasing fear means allowing yourself to accept that support. I know Virgo energy can be very independent, very much about doing everything yourself to make sure it is done right. But this card is suggesting that there is strength in accepting help, in recognizing that you do not have to carry everything on your own shoulders. The energy here is really about abundance, not just having enough, but having more than enough. Having security that allows you to breathe, that allows you to enjoy your life instead of constantly worrying about the next thing that could go wrong. So as we move through this reading, keep this card in mind because it is setting the tone. It is showing you what is possible when you release fear and allow yourself to receive what you have been working toward. The second card that came out is the Ace of Swords. And okay, this is where things get really interesting because the Ace of Swords is all about clarity. This is about cutting through confusion, about seeing the truth of a situation, about having a breakthrough moment where suddenly everything makes sense. And in the context of this reading about releasing fear, the Ace of Swords is telling me that a lot of your fear has been rooted in not fully understanding the situation you are in. Let me explain what I mean. Sometimes we are afraid because we are facing something unknown, something we cannot quite see clearly, and our mind fills in the blanks with worst-case scenarios. We imagine all the terrible things that could happen because we do not have enough information to know what is actually going to happen. The Ace of Swords is coming through to tell you that this clarity is on its way to you. You are about to have a moment where things click into place, where you suddenly understand what you need to do, where the path forward becomes obvious. This card is also about truth, and I think there is a truth you have been avoiding, Virgo. Maybe it is a truth about what you really want, Or maybe it is a truth about what is no longer serving you. The Ace of Swords does not let you hide from reality. It shines a light on what is, not what you wish it was or what you are afraid it might be, but what actually is. And here's the thing, the truth is probably not as scary as what you have been imagining. When we avoid looking at something directly, when we let it stay in the shadows, it grows bigger and more frightening in our minds. But when we turn on the light and look at it clearly, we often find that it is manageable, that we actually have the tools to handle it. I am also getting that this Ace of Swords moment might involve a conversation or a decision. Aces are about new beginnings, fresh starts, and the Ace of Swords specifically is about mental clarity and communication. So you might be about to have a conversation that clears up a misunderstanding, or you might finally make a decision that you have been putting off because you were not sure what the right choice was. The message here is that you will know what to do. The clarity is coming. You do not need to be afraid of making the wrong choice, because when this Ace of Swords energy arrives, the right path is going to be crystal clear to you. What I love about this card, in combination with the Ten of Pentacles, is that it is telling you that not only is the stability and security available to you, but you are also going to have the mental clarity to navigate toward it successfully. You are not walking into this blind. You are not going to be confused or uncertain. You are going to know what steps to take, and you are going to have the confidence to take them. The third card I pulled is the Knight of Pentacles. And I have to say, this card makes so much sense for Virgo energy because this is your energy. The Knight of Pentacles is steady, reliable, hardworking, methodical. This is someone who does things the right way, who pays attention to details, who does not rush, but also does not quit. And seeing this card in your reading tells me that the way forward is going to require you to embody these qualities that honestly come very naturally to you. But here is what I want you to understand about the Knight of Pentacles in this context. This knight moves slowly. He is not the Knight of Wands charging ahead at full speed. He is not the Knight of Swords cutting through obstacles with swift action. He is the knight who takes his time, who makes sure every step is solid before taking the next one. And I think the message here is that you do not need to rush. You do not need to force things to happen faster than they are naturally unfolding. I am sensing that part of your fear might be related to timing. Maybe you feel like you are running out of time, like you should be further along than you are, like everyone else is moving faster and you are somehow behind. The Knight of Pentacles is here to tell you that slow and steady absolutely wins this race. The timing of your journey is exactly what it needs to be. You are not behind. You are not late. You are right on schedule for what is meant to unfold for you. This card is also showing me that practical action is what is going to move you forward. Not grand gestures, not dramatic leaps, but consistent practical effort. Keep showing up. Keep doing the work. Keep taking those small, steady steps even when it feels like progress is slow. Because I promise you, the Knight of Pentacles always reaches his destination. It might take longer than the other knights, but when he gets there, what he has built is lasting. It does not fall apart. It does not crumble. It endures. And here is something else about this knight. He is devoted. He cares about his work. He takes pride in doing things well. And I think this is a reminder for you, Virgo, to stay connected to why you are doing what you are doing. When fear creeps in, when doubt starts to whisper that maybe this is not going to work out, come back to your why. Come back to the purpose behind your efforts. The Knight of Pentacles does not give up because he is committed not just to the outcome, but to the process itself. He finds meaning in the work, not just in the destination. So if you have been feeling impatient or frustrated with how long something is taking, this card is asking you to shift your perspective. See the value in the journey. See the growth that is happening even in these slow moments. Trust that every step you are taking is building towards something solid and real and lasting. The fourth card is the Ace of Pentacles, and listen, when you get an ace in a reading, it is always significant because aces are about new beginnings, fresh opportunities, the start of something important. And the Ace of Pentacles specifically is about new opportunities in the material world. This is about money, resources, career opportunities, physical health, tangible things you can touch and hold and build with. So here is what I am seeing for you, Virgo. There is a new opportunity coming your way. This is not just a continuation of what you have already been doing. This is something fresh. This could be a new job offer, a new source of income, a new project that has real financial potential, or it could even be an opportunity to invest in yourself in a new way, maybe starting a business or pursuing education or training that opens up new possibilities for you. The thing about the Ace of Pentacles is that it is a gift from the universe. This is not something you have to struggle for or fight for. This is something that is being offered to you. But, and this is important, you have to be willing to reach out and take it. You have to be willing to say yes. And this is where the fear piece comes in again, because new opportunities can be scary, especially when they feel big or unfamiliar or like they might change your life in significant ways. I am getting the sense that when this opportunity presents itself, there might be a part of you that wants to say no, that wants to stay where you are because at least you know what to expect there. At least your current situation feels safe and predictable, even if it is not really fulfilling you. The Ace of Pentacles is asking you to have the courage to say yes to something new, to trust that this opportunity is showing up for a reason, that it is part of your path toward that 10 of Pentacles, stability and abundance we talked about at the beginning. What I also want you to understand is that this opportunity is real. It is not too good to be true. It is not going to disappear the moment you reach for it. Pentacles are the most grounded, practical suit in the tarot. When you get an Ace of Pentacles, you can trust that what is being offered has substance, has potential, has real value. This is not a fantasy or a false promise. This is something concrete that you can actually build on. I keep feeling like you need to hear this, so I am going to say it plainly. You are worthy of this opportunity. You are capable of handling it. You have everything you need within you to step into this new beginning and make something amazing out of it. Do not let fear convince you otherwise. Do not let doubt talk you out of something that could genuinely change your life for the better. The fifth card I pulled is the Nine of Swords. And okay, I knew a card like this was going to show up because the Nine of Swords is the anxiety card. This is the card of worry, of sleepless nights, of your mind running through every possible worst-case scenario over and over again. And here is why this card is actually really important in this reading. It is showing me that you are aware of your fear and anxiety. You know it is there. You are not in denial about it. The Nine of Swords often shows up when someone is dealing with mental anguish, when the thoughts in their head are more painful than the actual reality of their situation. And I want to be really gentle with you here, Virgo, because I can feel how much you have been struggling with worry. Maybe you wake up in the middle of the night with your mind racing. Maybe you have trouble shutting off your thoughts. Maybe you go over and over the same concerns until you feel paralyzed by them. But here's what I need you to understand about the Nine of Swords. The swords in this card are not actually touching the person. They are hanging on the wall behind them. What this means is that the things you are worried about are not actually happening right now. They are in your mind. They are thoughts, fears, projections about what might happen, but they are not your current reality. And this is so important because it means you have more power over this than you might think. The Nine of Swords is asking you to recognize when your thoughts are spiraling into catastrophic thinking, when you are imagining worst-case scenarios that are not actually based in current reality. And when you catch yourself doing this, you get to make a choice. You get to redirect your thoughts. You get to question whether what you are afraid of is actually likely to happen, or whether your anxiety is just trying to protect you by preparing you for every possible bad outcome. I also want to acknowledge that this card suggests that some of what you are dealing with might benefit from outside support. The Nine of Swords can indicate that you are carrying mental and emotional burdens that you do not have to carry alone. Whether that is talking to a friend, working with a therapist, or just being honest with someone you trust about how much you have been worrying, there is relief available when you let other people in. You do not have to pretend you have everything figured out. You do not have to act like the anxiety is not affecting you. It is okay to ask for help. What I am also picking up is that this Nine of Swords energy is actually part of your healing process. Sometimes we need to fully acknowledge how much fear we have been carrying before we can release it. This card is bringing everything to the surface so you can see it clearly, so you can understand what has been holding you back, and so you can make a conscious choice to move forward despite the fear. The fear is not going to magically disappear, but you are going to learn that you are stronger than your fear, that you can take action even when you are afraid, that courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to keep going anyway. The sixth and final card I pulled for you is the Two of Wands, and I love that this is where we are ending because the Two of Wands is all about vision, about looking ahead to the future, about planning and preparing to take bold action. This card shows someone standing and looking out at the horizon, holding the world in their hand, considering possibilities and potential paths forward. The Two of Wands is telling me that you are at a decision point. You are at a place where you get to choose what direction you want to go in, and you have more options available to you than you might realize. This is not a card of being stuck or trapped. This is a card of having real choices and having the ability to shape your own future based on the decisions you make now. What I find really powerful about this card in your reading is that it comes after the Nine of Swords. You are moving from anxiety and fear into vision and planning. You are moving from being paralyzed by worry to actively considering what you want to create. And this tells me that you are ready. You might not feel completely ready, you might still have some fear, but you are at the point where you can start taking steps forward anyway. The Two of Wands is also about courage and confidence. The figure in this card is not shrinking back from the future. They are facing it directly. They are holding the world in their hand, recognizing their own power to influence outcomes. And this is what I want you to take away from this reading, Virgo. You have so much more power than you give yourself credit for. You have the ability to create the life you want. You have the skills, the wisdom, the strength, the determination. What has been holding you back is not lack of ability, it is fear. And fear is something you can work with, something you can move through, something you can ultimately release. This card is encouraging you to think bigger than you have been thinking, to expand your vision of what is possible for you. The Two of Wands is associated with planning and strategy, which is very much in your wheelhouse as a Virgo. But it is asking you to plan for success, not just for survival. It is asking you to imagine what your life could look like if everything went right, instead of constantly preparing for everything to go wrong. I also want to mention that the Two of Wands suggests that you might be considering taking a leap of some kind. Maybe it is a geographical move. Maybe it is a career change. Maybe it is starting something new that feels risky. This card is telling you that you can do this. You have what it takes. The world is literally in your hands in this card. You get to choose where you go from here. Do not let fear make that choice for you. So, Virgo, let me bring all of this together for you. You started this reading with the Ten of Pentacles showing you the stability and abundance that is available to you. Then the Ace of Swords came through to tell you that clarity is coming, that you will know what to do, that the truth will set you free from confusion. The Knight of Pentacles reminded you that slow and steady progress is still progress, that you are exactly where you need to be in your timing. The Ace of Pentacles showed you that a new opportunity is coming, something real and tangible that you can build on. The Nine of Swords acknowledged the anxiety and fear you have been carrying and asked you to recognize when your thoughts are creating suffering that does not match your reality. And finally, the Two of Wands is calling you forward into vision and action, into making choices that align with the future you want to create. The message I was not going to post, but that someone really needed to hear, is this. Your fear is understandable, it is valid, but it is not the truth about what your future holds. You have been preparing for this moment for a long time. You have been building something real and lasting. And now is the time to step into it fully, to release the worry about everything that could go wrong, and to start focusing on everything that is about to go right. You are not going to fail. You are not going to lose everything. You are not going to be abandoned or left behind. Those are the stories your fear tells you, but they are not your destiny. Your destiny is the 10 of Pentacles, the stable, abundant, fulfilling life you have been working toward, and it is closer than you think. So take a deep breath, Virgo. Trust yourself. Trust the process. Trust that you are supported by the universe and by the people who love you. And most importantly, trust that you are ready for what comes next. I hope this reading gave you what you needed to hear today. If you felt this message was meant for you, I would love to know. Does any of this resonate with what you have been experiencing? Are you feeling ready to release some of that fear and step forward? Let me know in the comments because I always love hearing from you all. All right, I am sending you so much love and support. You have got this.